been coming to San Miguel for several years. I've known people for many, many years who have lived here. Uh, some of my oldest friends I've known for over 50 years moved here 25 years ago. So they kind of paved the way. They were not the first flood of Americans to come.
Yeah,
That
no.
would have been Sterling Dickinson
Exactly,
in the
back in the
30s.
30s.
San Miguel is a place where a lot of people come and stay.
Yes.
Uh, it's been voted the number one city in the world to live in 4 of the last 6 years by Travel and Leisure magazine. That's kind of put it really on the map again, I think,
Mm-hmm.
as a destination for people who are wanting a second home, third home, or to become an expat and move all together away from the U.S. Yeah.
When you first discovered San Miguel de Allende, what aspects of the lifestyle felt truly luxurious or elevated, and how did they compare to your experiences elsewhere?
Okay. So, as far as luxury type stuff goes, San Miguel is not really what I would call a luxury town right now. It's got some gorgeous, beautiful architecture, and it's got some really nice restaurants that are chef inspired and are very fancy and very dressed up. But San Miguel is a casual town mainly. Um, People wear tennis shoes. It's cobblestone streets.
Mm-hmm.
You will see the local girls wearing high heel shoes, and how they do that, I do not know, because I never see ever expats doing that. They break a leg. But these young girls, they have the balance and the strength and the ability to do it and still not fall down. Although I have seen lots of people falling on these sidewalks here because they're slick.
Yeah, I'm
Myself,
one of those.
me too. They're like ice.
Yeah.
Uh, so the architecture here is incredible. You know, the city is 450 years old. Where I come from, Houston, that's a new city, speaking relatively,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's around, for 100 years or something. We don't have any buildings that are old like here. We don't have the streets that are old like here. The history is way different. The culture is way different here too. Um, there's a lot to learn by coming to Mexico. You really have to learn to think differently if you're going to be happy. I know some people that come here and they're unhappy because they are expecting it to be like where they came from, whether it's America, Europe, Canada, or wherever. Well, no, if they wanted to be like that, they should have stayed there, is what I think, right? Because they come here and everybody wants to bring a little bit of their home with them. And I do too. I got a lot of bad advice on how to bring stuff and how you cannot bring stuff here when I first got here. It is a very calming, tranquil, relaxing, beautiful place. I mean, the scenery, the weather, the people, the culture. There's so much to learn, see, and do. There's art galleries, museums, restaurants, 1,500 restaurants for this little small town
Mm-hmm.
of 175,000 people. That's a lot of restaurants.
And even more. I think even more. Those are like the official ones, right?
Correct.
Registered.
Then there's the pop-ups,
Exactly.
the food carts and things like that. Although I do think some of the food carts actually have made their mark.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing in Mexico. That happens a lot. For example, here we have more than 500 really nice, good restaurants. People making the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good chefs and waiters, but also, and it happens in every neighborhood. Locals can always tell you about a taco place,
Oh
a
yeah,
local taco place, a small place that's very local, where you get something delicious always at a good price.
for very few pesos.
Yes, yeah.
And it is funny how your version of what things are, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a car, whether it's a hospital, whether it's medicine, everything's different here. It's just different. And some people get here and they are freaked out by it, right? There's a lot of dust here. Everything's made from concrete and stone, and it produces a lot of dust. And a lot of people think that it's a dirty place because of that. But oh my gosh,
Mhm.
Mexican people are clean. I mean, if they're washing the sidewalks, right? They're clean themselves every day, clean haircuts. I mean, unlike myself, who's gotten a little
A
long
rock star.
hair. Yeah, a little rock star. But it is nothing like what you think if you just glance, right? You have to kind of get in and immerse yourself to really learn what it's like here.
Yes. At least, what would you say, 3 months? From 3 to 6
I
months,
think in
right?
3 months, if you move here and in 3 months, you'll know whether you
Yes.
like it or don't like it because it's different. On some levels, it's more rustic and like going back in time, but it's not necessarily stuff that I'm having to do.
But Mexicans care about the family values. What do you think about that? How has your experience been
I think
regarding
I
that?
think Mexicans are much more family oriented than I'm used to. Oh, they're family people. They're up early in the morning. They're children when they send these children to school. Oh my gosh, they're just the cutest little guys and girls you've ever seen. Hair done nice, clothes done nice. I think the clothes are almost always ironed, even. I mean, it's amazing how
Yeah.
well groomed the children are, and the parents are well groomed too. The parents, I don't know if they're two working people in the family all the time or if the moms are at home, but I know that work ends earlier in the day here than
Mm-hmm.
people expect, right? 2 or 3 o'clock is usually the end of the day for most people.
Yes.
I think Mexican people invite you in to be their family much more easily than American people. The
That's
perception of Mexico from the United States is totally wrong, in my opinion.
why. What's wrong in that perception?
Everything. First of all, the cartels, the drugs, the whatever. I broke my back in a car accident December 4 months ago. I got to the doctor. My doctor prescribed me some medicine with codeine in it. There's not a pharmacy in all of San Miguel that had any medicine with codeine in it because Mexican people don't take drugs. Y'all are not drug addicts. Y'all are not taking all these prescription drugs that have been given to the United States people like candy, and
Mm.
they're addictive. And then all of a sudden you start hurting all the time. You start thinking you need medicine all the time. It's terrible. It's terrible. Different culture of medicine. But yeah, it's way different. But preparing to move to Mexico, watch all the videos you can. Watch these.
Many high net worth individuals ask me if owning in San Miguel de Allende still makes sense as an investment. What would you say to someone considering this city over other global destinations?
Okay, I think this city is a good place to invest in right now. So I think now is a good time to buy.
Yeah.
That value will just go up in the future. I think property here in San Miguel is probably increasing at the rate of 10 to 12% per year.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do improvements on it, much more than that. I think my house here has doubled in value since I bought it. But
Yes,
I've invested and
absolutely.
put money into it and made some modifications to it that make that possible, adding on construction wise. But labor here is very inexpensive. Taxes are low here. That's what makes investment really good. Um,
How much do you think you would pay in Houston for a home like this yearly in Texas?
oh, for a home like this, yearly in taxes would be around $60,000 to $70,000 in taxes alone. Plus, you'd have your maintenance. Plus, you'd have your utilities, and then you'd have your insurance. And your insurance on this house would probably run 18 to $20,000 a year.
And then you feel like, am I renting or am I owning, right?
Correct. You
And
don't
then,
ever really own. Is what
exactly.
it really turns out to be. It's almost like sham or a scam or something, right? It's strange. You think you own it and you dump all of your money into it, but the taxes keep going up. They keep charging you more and more to own what you already paid for.
How much do you pay for in taxes
My taxes
for
here
this
on this
property?
house were $650 this last year. For the
Yearly, not
year.
monthly,
No, my
yearly.
taxes in Houston were $800 a month. My maintenance fee in Houston on the little townhouse that I lived in that was about 1/4 this size was $1,500 a month. So it was expensive to live there. It would have cost me about $45,000 or $50,000 a month, a year, to live in that paid for house. And I probably could have done it. I didn't want to do it. So I've thought for the last 20 years, I will be moving to Mexico when I quit bringing in money to pay taxes with.
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle. Okay, so lifestyle, that's going out, that's eating. Those things actually cost about the same as it costs in the United States. The restaurants are the same price as they are in the US for restaurants. Now, you go to a nice restaurant here, it's less expensive than a nice restaurant in the US. But your dollar, I don't eat out that much, so my dollar goes pretty far because I don't spend them on anything. Your house, once your house is paid for, or if you're not owning and you're renting, once your rent is paid for, and rent is cheap. I know people that rent for as low as $500 a month here. I rented a place for $2,200 a month here. It was a 3-bedroom, 5-bath house in Centro on the Hidalgo. It was a gorgeous place. Much more space than I needed.
That's what I was going to tell you. With 1 month of taxes in Houston, you pay here, just with 1 month of taxes, you pay here a huge house.
Absolutely.
So you can take 3 months of taxes, invest them here in San Miguel de Allende to see if this is a place for you. What kind of property did you choose, and what influenced that decision? What is the kind of architecture, if you want to show us, the views, the location? Tell us about your paradise here.
All right. So before I bought a house here in San Miguel, I probably looked at over 1,000 houses.
1,000 houses.
1,000 houses. I looked at every house that was on before I ever came here.
Okay.
I looked at 1,000 houses. And I found one. I really.
What neighborhood?
It was in Los Frailes, right? Which is not a bad place.
Not at all.
But Los Frailes, for those that don't know, is a little bit out of town. You definitely were going to have a car. And at this time, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to move here and I'm not going to have a car. It's going to be a walking city. Well, I don't like that idea anymore. But I looked at thousands of houses. Then I actually came here and I looked at hundreds of houses just in person. Just went looking. I spent months looking, rented places, and just that was my job, was looking at houses. And I saw pretty much everything that was on the market within my price range. And I saw condominiums. I saw that were more like apartments. I saw that were more like townhouses, some that were more like patio homes. Location was pretty important to me. I wanted decent views. I think I wound up getting the best views in all of San Miguel.
Yes.
I moved into a place that was just being developed and is very close in. It's on the edge of the city. Because of that, my property has gone up a lot in value as these new homes get built around me, especially these very expensive homes. So out of all of those places, I actually thought originally I was going to go to the ocean and scuba dive every day. That was going to be my life. But when I got to San Miguel, it's just a different vibe. It's a different community. It's more of a sense of belonging here. These are real people, real lives, and it's just more community.
Did you spend some time in the beach area, like Puerto Vallarta?
Lots.
So
yeah.
what is the thing that, well, you just mentioned culture, the community, the vibe. So that's it. Basically, that's what makes the difference. And
I have not been to Guadalajara, but I understand it's a lot like San Miguel in the fact that it's got a big expat community that welcomes you and helps introduce you and assimilate you into the environment.
Mhm.
But Cabo, for me, was way too touristy, way too much party nightlife type thing. Um, Cozumel, I really like. I've been to Cozumel hundreds of times. I've spent months and months at a time there. You know, I'd go there for 30 days at a time for a quick little vacation, you know. Um, I really like Cozumel. And this to me is like Cozumel without the beach, right? It's small town. People know each other. Um, people are kind to each other. It's a real
But it
blessing.
doesn't have the culture factor like here, like the family thing, the
They don't have
all of the
that,
countries.
and they don't have the history because it's a much newer. I mean, I started going to Cozumel in the uh, late 70s, and it was nothing there. It was nothing. It was nothing. Well, San Miguel's been here for hundreds of years, you know, so it's got that going for it. It's got history, architecture, museums, music, live music. There's probably 100 places on any given night where you can go to live music. And that's probably being very low with the number. Probably
Yes.
500 places you could go and get live music.
If you get bored, it's because you went to.
Correct. When I'm bored, it is because I want to.
And that's okay also. It's okay to be too.
And I think we're getting ready to have one of our very few rains that we ever have here in San Miguel.
The first one. And
We had one the other night. I think it was Sunday night. We had a light sprinkling where we got a little bit of rain, a little bit, but it's coming. I was hoping to get my cisterns in the ground before it rains.
coming. Get ready for a May full of rain.
Oh, this used to, when it rained before, this whole thing. Yeah, come on, let me show you.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. All right, well, come on in.
Thank you.
Please pardon the dust. We are under construction right now.
Thank you.
Doing a lot of construction here. So this is the home I bought. This is a Spanish colonial home. This home is about 4 years old right now. It's got some things in it that are already outdated, and we've changed a lot of things. You can look into the open courtyard here, the jardín, and we've ripped out all the shrubbery and plants and getting ready to put in nice beds and terraces and a hot tub. And we just finished putting in a pond for the koi fish. I wouldn't take a picture of this. This is the swamp. It was here when I got here.
Swamp.
I never did like it. I didn't like it. Hadn't done anything to it. Come on in here. This is the entrance coming in. Come this way, and this is the living room. And we have the Tejas Menil ceilings in here downstairs.
Yeah.
Adobe looking fireplace. These stairs lead us down into the 2-car garage. The kitchen needs to be remodeled, and I'm working on it. It's slowly coming, one room at a time.
Yeah, but you have great space here.
Yeah, I'm gonna redo the cabinets, get a new. Be an outdoor kitchen in the next month or so. Belt going to the koi pond. Back in this area was a mudslide before. When it would rain, it seems like this area caught a lot of water. So we put hard surface on it now so that all this water will run down here, run down the little lazy river, go into the koi pond, overflow, and go into a 12,000 gallon water reclamation system that we've got buried in
That
the ground.
was a very smart system to build.
Just had these rails built last week. Had the Cantera man down the bottom of the hill who's been here and made Cantera pieces for all kinds of places in San Miguel. I had him build this fountain for me custom.
Great.
Go up to the terrace there if you want to shoot down into the garden or anything from there. Shoot into the koi pond. This way's easy, probably. We've got the water out now. We're cleaning the pond. We've got koi fish, goldfish, little small turtles, catfish.
Amazing.
We just built it around this giant boulder that was there. Just for scale, I'm going to go down there so you can see it.
Yeah.
The boulder is 10 feet across in there total.
100 fish.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All in the last week.
Wow.
For security. When the lights light up, it's gorgeous out here. But you've got a 360-degree view. I'll show you, I got 2 cisterns in here already. This will be underneath the ground here. This will all get flattened out. I was thinking about this the other day. When I was a kid, I wondered, yeah, like that, perfect. Yeah, these will be bougainvilleas growing all up on the wall here. Yeah, it's a great place, I think. That's weird. I don't know which ones go to which. Well, they must.
Wonderful view.
Live Agua, De Choro, Guadiana, Centro, San Antonio, Guadalupe, Mexiquito. I mean,
Yeah.
everything. Candelaria, Ventanas,
Ventanas.
Malinquin. I have my binoculars, right? I'll sit up here